So now we have our sample from the collecting trip, and the work now is at the dissecting scope. And what we have here are some of the collection. These are some mosquitoes and some midges, chironomidae, and they're all alive with some of the sediment from the creek. What we typically do is we dissect the specimens in a drop of distilled water on a slide. I typically use a slide. You can also use a petri dish or some other support. And I'm going to put a couple of these insects here. These dipterans can be various sizes. This is a tapulid larva, cranefly larva. This red midge here is a chironomid. Chironomus is the genus. And we also have some mosquitoes in here. Mosquitoes are fairly large in this instance. And just to give you an idea of the kind of size range, shape, and color differences between these. Okay, so this is what we have in today's sample. These samples, of course, will vary from site to site, and depending on the day and the microhabitat and so on. So I'm going to stop here, and then we'll show you how to dissect some of these. So now I have several mosquito larvae on a slide, and I typically use very fine tip forceps, jeweler's forceps, and my tool of choice for fine manipulation are insect mounting pins in a pin vise, and these come straight, and I prefer to have mine bent for the micro manipulation. Now, working with these mosquito larvae, I'm working now at about 10x, and for me, dissecting starts anteriorly, and I remove the head, and this helps with the dissection. The next step is to remove the hindgut, in this case, with the mosquitoes. And that's simply done by holding the last segment and pulling with the forceps. When one does this, you will see the gut usually come out of the abdomen, from inside the abdominal wall. It'll pull away from the abdominal wall, exoskeleton of the host, and the gut itself will present itself. And I'm just on the third one now, so you can see that in terms of the time it takes to do this, it's not excessive with practice. These mosquitoes are also fairly large, so I'm able to do most of this dissecting with the forceps. However, you can also use, and you can go higher in power if needed, the needles to tease apart the bits of hindgut that you're interested in from the rest of the exoskeleton. In this case, I'm pulling away the gut lining of the hindgut from the last segment of the host. Now, once this is teased apart a little bit more, what I typically do is move the gut itself to another slide. This transfer is usually achieved most easily with the needles. In this case, you can move small portions of the hindgut readily with the insect pins that are mounted in the pin vices here. So that is a quick demonstration of dissecting the gut of the mosquito, in this case, and mounting it in what we call wet mounts. Now these wet mounts, again, are just in a drop of water on a slide, glass slide, with a cover slip. cover slip is placed on the slide, the drop of water, I usually use the pins to gently lower the cover slip down and keep the gut lining in place. Now at this point you can take this sample from the dissecting scope onto the compound.